Because I don't care how you think about it. One of the most important things for us, and Nelson Mandela said this in words that are much more profound than I can ever put together, but education is the single most important weapon that we have. Change the way we look at it. I can spend a lot of time telling you about my personal accomplishments and all the things that I've done. I remember my own journey and struggles, and without giving you too many teary-eyed details, let me just say that, like many of you, I had to find a second start in life after I abandoned the idea of going to college. But once I decided to go back, I decided I was just going to get it done, and I did. There were just not enough forces out there to keep me from completing what I set out to do on that second journey. And with the good Lord's help, I'm here today to tell you that there is life after hope, and there is hope for a better future for each of you. Because along my journey, that was not as half as difficult as the journey that many of you continue to endure, I learned a few things, and I'll share a couple of them with you. One of the first things I learned, and it took me a long time to learn this, you have to listen to people around you and follow the good counsel, the wise counsel of the ones who have your best interests at heart. Because a lot of people are going to say things to you. A lot of people are going to tell you things, but they don't always have your best interest at heart. Everybody's a critic. And a lot of people will find ways to tear you down. You've got to be just keen enough, observant enough to realize that when people are tearing you down, and you want to get away from them because they're a train wreck waiting to happen, and your life is going to be a part of it. With every day, for me, comes a new dawn, but that new dawn means opportunity. And two words, grasp it. Just go out there and grab onto that opportunity. We have a major catastrophe not very far away from here with the problem that BP has helped to create. But there is opportunity even in that. There are companies that make the booms that stop the oil from going in to the beach areas and to the marshlands. There are companies that make chemicals to help disperse the oil. There are people out of work. No matter how bad the situation may seem, there's always an opportunity. A number of my closest friends have said to me, "You're absolutely crazy." And I tell them, yes, I am. Why, in probably the worst economy we've had in modern day, you would take on a challenge to start a community college in Washington, D.C. There is no money. And I say to them every day, and to the people who I've hired, but if we survive these next 2 or 3 years, there is very little anybody out there can do to break the spirit and the success of this organization. And to the graduates, I say this to you as well. You have found a way to do just that. You have found a way to figure out exactly how you can survive despite all the odds that are facing you. Happy Father's Day to those of you who are dads. But that comes with a little bit of admonishment. Like some of you, I remember my father And I think I saw him when I was 3, and then again I saw him when I was 12. And my mother and I were going down one side of the street, and he was going down the other, and my mother said, "Well, there's your father." And I said, "Oh, is that what he looks like?" So we crossed the street, and we walked over, and my mom said, "Stanley," any Stanleys in the audience? She said, "Stanley, here's your son." And he said, "Well, okay." And she said, "Well, he would not have recognized you." And he said, "So what?" Fatherhood, parenthood is a very special thing. The Reverend White read to us from Matthew